Good morning to everyone. Our project is about exploratory data analysis on COVID-19. In this project, we use various EDA techniques on the COVID-19 dataset of India, and using the dataset, we are going to generate meaningful insights by calculating various metrics. So without further ado, let's proceed. So this is the abstract of our project. So in this abstract, we have mentioned about the role of data analysis in the day-to-day life and how we use this data analysis to get meaningful insights from the COVID-19 dataset, and how this visual data will give us a clear-cut understanding about the situation. And for that, we are going to use Python, because Python is a very famous programming language which is used for data analysis, and also our programming language is meant for it. Uh, So before diving into our real project, first we have a very small introduction on COVID-19. So first, COVID-19 has came in 2019. It was first named as novel coronavirus, or NCOV-19. It means the same, novel coronavirus, and after the name coined as SARS coronavirus 2, because in 2013 SARS virus has came in the world, and later they used the same name and coined it as SARS coronavirus 2, because 96% of this virus similarities with SARS coronavirus. So coronavirus came in India. It led to loss of many lives, probably lakhs, and later vaccines came in India, and these vaccines help to improve our immune system to fight with this coronavirus. So there are basically two types of vaccines: inactivated vaccine and viral vector vaccine. So what is inactivated vaccine? Inactivated vaccine is simply the vaccine is created by reacting chemicals to SARS coronavirus 2 and make it dead, and that dead virus is injected in our body to improve our immune system. So that I mentioned here. And so inactivated vaccine example is Covaxin, which is created by Bharat Biotech. And what is viral vector vaccine? In India, um, Covishield, which is comes under viral vector vaccine. But not only Covishield, Sputnik virus from Russia is also a viral vector vaccine. So what is the viral vector vaccine? So when it comes to Covishield, the chimpanzee adenovirus genetic code is replaced with SARS coronavirus 2 genetic code, and that adenovirus is injected in our body to improve our immune system. So this is all about um, inactivated vaccines and viral vector vaccines. So these are the research papers we have mentioned, we have studied it, we have understood it, and it helped a lot for us to um, develop our project. It gave us a good knowledge of for our team, and we have totally went through 8 research papers which we have mentioned here. And now comes to proposed system. So the previous research papers you have watched, it majorly deals about the current situation and what are the ways to deal with it. What is the current scenario of COVID-19? But in our proposed system, we are going to discuss about the impact of coronavirus and how this virus has created its impact. And using our analysis, we're going to give a clear-cut picture. We're going to clear many hypotheses regarding this virus using metrics, different metrics. So this is what we are going to do in our project. These are the diagrams here: use case diagram, class diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram, ER diagram, state machine diagram, deployment diagram, and this is the architecture for our project. So basically, the diagrams which you have watched now and the architecture mostly be similar, because in the EDA, what does EDA majorly do? We collect the raw data, we clean the raw data, we'll remove outliers, we'll take the required attributes, and using the required attributes and variables, we perform analysis, which can be univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, multivariate analysis. So these analysis gives a clear-cut picture of the situation. So here we have pasted a few results of our project, which we'll deeply discuss in the coding part. The coding part of the project. So for the coding part, we have selected Google Colab and VS Code to code our project. So first, here we have imported all the important libraries, and later we have imported the dataset. And pandas is very much useful to read the CSV file, and we have read the CSV file in a variable and we have uploaded here. And later we have retrieved some basic statistics, for example the shape, info, describe, which gives a very really basic idea. And here comes the main step, the cleaning step. But before cleaning, we are going to check, do we have any null values in our dataset or not. Fortunately, don't have any null values in the dataset, which makes the job more easier. And now using klib, we are going to plot if we have any missing plots in the missing points, missing values in the dataset. We don't have any missing values, and we perform later data cleaning. As we don't have any missing values, so the shape of the data doesn't get changed, it is the same. And now the important step, pre-processing. Here for convenience, we have changed the column names a little bit so that for coding purpose it becomes easier. And later the most important part comes is the visualization part, where we are going to get the key results. And before that, for some more insights, using stats module, we have computed linear regression. So this gives us all the required metrics, which gives a crystal clear idea. And like that, we have applied simple linear regression, multiple linear regression, logistic regression, which gives a clear analysis. And now here comes the visual plots. So basically, we have used um, one visual plot, which is bar plot, because it gives a simple understanding when compared to other plots. So in bar plot, first we have checked the total confirmed cases according to the dataset. So the highest is Maharashtra. It's because Maharashtra is the second highest state in India. So this is the reason, that's why COVID is very much contagious in Maharashtra. But the point to be noted is COVID is first COVID case is recorded in Kerala, not Maharashtra. And next, number of deaths. As we know that obviously Maharashtra has total number of cases, so proportionate to it, number of deaths happened. And third is the important metric, mortality rate. Here you see Maharashtra is in the third place, but Punjab is in the first place. That's one significant change we notice here. And the second significant change is, as the active cases are very much different in every state, the deaths are different in every state, but the mortality rate is in a certain threshold limit, that is 20%. But Punjab, it is different, it is 25% above, but in all states it is almost 20%, which we can see here. So this gives an important insight that despite the cases have been varied in every state, but the mortality rate is still low, which gives a clear-cut hypothesis, which which gives this idea that despite this virus is very much contagious, it will not impact very much severely in India. So Let's go to another analysis. Here in this analysis, we have divided the states in regions and we have given conclusions for various hypotheses, North, South Union territories. So these are various metrics which we have done before: active cases, mortality rate, total number of cases, IFR rate, etc. So those metrics are plotted here. And now using VS Code, we are going to make a dashboard which um, take all this, which represents all these visual plots and conclusions. So for visual plots, we have used VS Code. So in the VS Code, for showing a dashboard, we are using a library called Streamlit. So using Streamlit library, we can represent the dashboard in a website. So after executing this code, we'll get an output like this, where certain hypotheses are present in the radio buttons, and when we click on each hypothesis, the visual plots is represented. So for every hypothesis, for every query, we represented a visual plots and some basic conclusions. So that's our project. Thank you so much.